Bum 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 bum. I suck at music. Let's get going.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, your check is I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take a redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions in the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off, I'ma break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft, you can change lives, you create thoughts, never waste time. You got one shot, you got one life, better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5, no mean boss, just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me. And what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan, your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the fucking hours it takes to get some power. Don't be sour, take a cold shower, scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder. And all the doubters, they're just downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm pissed off at these clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I'm just telling you to fight for your dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody wants to be king. Yeah, they all wanna ring, yeah, we all wanna be free. So show me what you got, what you bring, how you fight in the ring, how you take a fucking swing. Do you got heart, are you mean? Got some scars, got some needs, are you willing to go bleed? I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm pissed off at these clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm pissed off at these clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.
Hey guys, what's going on? So it looks like the stream's doing not too bad. I only had like a 3-second delay through it out. That could change. I don't know what's going on, but I cannot watch anything on YouTube right now. Very, very strange things going on. But anyway, don't matter. It looks like the stream's working right on. Let's do a roll call, see what's happening. And yeah, so we got Andres 23007. What's going on? Rud Putts. You guys have been talking for a little while here. DM Mining, what's happening? Oh my gosh, the ad thing popped up already. No, stop. They would seriously want you to just smash ads constantly. I don't know, is it a recession thing or something? Anyway, scrolling through, talking. Spaceman, what's going on? Ogre MGTOW, just a miner, what's happening? Yes, I did check my DMs. Making statements. Making statements. He got his rig all stable, nice, awesome, good stuff. Tech Man, what's going on? Avio Lampis, Garl Larzol, Skirm. I'm butchering everything. Yash Rolani, Influx Mining, what's going on? He sold all his shib to $1. I'm just kidding. That would suck though if it did. But I sold all the shib and DGB an hour ago. Scroll through. Oh, we need the button here. There we go. Fudweiser. Let the echo play out a little bit there. Did I miss anybody? Oh, it just jumped on me. I hope I did not miss anybody. Happy Pyro. Hippie Pyro. Don't burn your hair. I'm just kidding. What's going on? Dakota Miner, and I think I got everybody, and you can yell at me if I missed you. So what's happening? It is Saturday. It's not as hot today, but it's humid, so it sucks. And last night the internet went out, so that sucked. And you know, all sorts of stuff. It's just been a bad couple days. And this morning I think I woke up on the wrong side of the bed or something, because I don't know, I was just in a bad mood and I was looking up things, and I'm trying to find better ways and cheaper ways to mine crypto so that, you know, we can remain as profitable as possible, if that can even be a thing, you know, in a couple months here. But you know, I'm just looking into different things, and I started thinking, you know, we're getting ripped off all the time by the power companies and big corporations, whatever you want to talk, whoever you want to blame it on, you know, they're doing it. Because seriously, think about it. So anyway, I'm from Alberta. This is going to affect everybody differently depending where you live. I'm locked in. They say on the news and everything, lock in your power place. That's the best deal you can get. You don't have to worry about variable when high demand comes in and stuff like that. So I am locked in at 6.8 cents. So, you know, just under 7 cents per kilowatt hour. That's really cheap. That's nice, cheap power, right? Am I right here? And so because I live kind of out in the urban country, it's a little more expensive. But even inside like cities and stuff, it's the same way. You have 3 other fees here in Alberta. Now, I don't think BC or anyone does this. They pretty much have a flat rate, and that's what you pay. You lock in at that or something, and you're good. But here we have distribution fees. We have whatever fees and transmission fees. I can't remember what that middle one is. But regardless, it also is on like a variable type of situation, or it stays the same, but it's based on your kilowatt hours used. And that works out to be like 25 to 50% more than what my locked in power price is. So I'm locked in at 6.8, depending on the power I use, which turns into type of a variable thing. I'm upwards of over 16.7 cents. So almost 17 cents with a locked in at 6.8 cents. That's insane. So I'm running around looking, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And, you know, no matter where you look, it's always different. But they have a company that, you know, Fortis Alberta here is who covers this area. They do the power line. So they got to get paid for the transmission being allocated to your house. So it's a set fee no matter what. If you don't use any power or some power, you know, it's set to this amount. Plus they add the extra kilowatt hours and yada, yada, yada. It's only like 0.002 cents and stuff. But it all adds up and eventually ends up being over double what I am paying in power. So you come from there. And then I started looking, you know, I get it in Texas and stuff. You're running low on power. You know, you have rolling blackouts, stuff like that. But here, I don't think we've ever had any type of rolling blackout. We've never had any type of, you know, surge where you had to stop using power and stuff. Electrical companies, power plants, they don't run their plant at 20%. They don't run it at 50%. They don't run it at 80%. They don't set it to certain amounts depending on demand. They have their power plant produces an X amount of energy. Everything together. Your grid has so much power in it. That's why you see large corporations, businesses getting cheap power prices, because they are trying to sell all that excess power so it's not being wasted to these people. Meanwhile, they say, oh, we're in increased demand, so they're charging everybody extra money. They're not in any increased demand. Sure, it got hotter out, more air conditioners on, but we are using the same amount of power as we were. We may be using more, but that means less energy wasted. So either the other companies' prices might have went up a little bit because they lost their discount, so they complained, so all us residential guys have to pay more, or they're just lying to us to make more money, which is what I think it is. Because we're not having, they're not warning us, oh, we're going to have to kill the power grid here. We're not going to have to do that. If they get to that point, I can understand increasing the power prices. But there has never been a hint of that in this whole province ever since I can ever remember. So they're lying to us to get more money in any type of demand. So that's just me. I just wanted to throw that out there. A little bit of ranting going on. Like, it's retarded how these people can get away with whatever they want to do to kind of make more money at the pockets of us. So yeah, I thought I'd just open up with that. That's kind of how my title is, Where to Begin, because it's probably going to be a massive rant of all sorts of different things going on currently. And yeah, anyway, so I thought I'd point that out. Does anyone agree with that? Anyone disagree with that? Am I too quiet? You can't hear me? My mic levels say I'm in the yellow, mid yellow, which is normal. So if that's too quiet, I don't know. Maybe I turn up your volume. I don't know. But yeah, we'll see. So I just wanted to open with that. If, channel disappears, I'm sorry, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, let's carry on with a few things. So one thing is, who was it? We're talking about a little bit of BitTorrent smart nodes. If any of you guys have mined any BitTorrent in the past, the node collateral is coming up. So as you can see, collateral increase to 800K is in 7,300. Actually, if I hit the refresh button, it might have changed by now, because I believe the blocks are found every 2 minutes or so. Oh, now it's going to take an hour for this to update on me, because it took an hour for it to kind of load in the first place. So I shouldn't have done that. Just we could have roughed it on that. But the Bitcoin smart nodes here, we're going to let this load. I'll go back to here until I see it load. But the collateral is going up. So what does that mean? If you're used to the Raptorium in the background, when it first came out, they got smart nodes. It's 600,000 to put per smart node to fill it up. They had the shared smart node, so it takes a little bit of everybody if you want to use that. But if you want to run your own, you need 600,000. That's where BitTorrent currently is. Raptorium's at the max now, 1.8 million. And the next collateral increase is 800,000 per node. So what does that mean? If you're into this, that means every smart node out there is going to go from 600,000 to 800,000. So depending how many nodes are out there, how many people are into it, the nodes are going to drop. There's not going to be as many nodes online, which means nodes could pick up its profitability a little bit until the levels regain. Remember, as more nodes come online, the profitability and the amount rewarded does drop. Instead of having like 2 or 3 payouts a day, you may be down to 1 payout a day, depending on the node. So when this happens, we may start to see 2 or 3 payouts a day again until they ramp up. And then obviously it goes to 1 million, 1.2, 1.5, 1.8. But the next collateral increase is 7,381 blocks. So I'm just coming to my calculator here on my phone. Actually, we can do this live just in case I mess stuff up. You guys can help me out. So we're going to go to calculator. Gonna click on this. We're going to use this screen, I guess. Do I have a different one that I should set one up that covers just this. This one works a little better. So we're gonna go into here 7381. So 7381. It's about 2 minute block time. So times 2 minutes, that's 14,762 minutes. We're gonna divide that by 60 for hours. So that's 12 hours. Then we're gonna divide that by 24. So we can get days. So that's about 10.25 days. So about 10 days from now, so I guess August 9th, August 10th, roughly, is when we're looking at that collateral increase. So if you're not ready, be prepared to either your node to go offline and no longer work if you're into this, and be prepared to upgrade. Now I'm trying to load my wallet here. I am hanging out at 1.885 million coins. So I do have the 1.6 needed for that. So I'm going to probably, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm either gonna put these into smart nodes, or if the price comes up a little bit, I haven't really seen it pump for a while, but then I'm probably, maybe I'll sell it and throw it on the Raptorium. I don't really know yet, but I do have enough for the next 2 nodes. So I'm going to be utilizing those when they come in. I may attempt to try this on my own node at home. I don't know how much bandwidth these smart nodes actually utilize. I do have, Yada coin and other nodes on my server PC, and the more I use, the more bandwidth it needs, and then ultimately I won't be able to stream and stuff because it's going to be using up all my bandwidth. So I only have 50 meg down, 10 meg up. Usually it's only around 8 meg up. That's all I can get here for internet. My internet sucks. That's why I can't run my own Flux node, and I'm using the Titan nodes. But yeah, so I'm very limited on a lot of things that I can do where I am. So that does kind of suck. But just awareness here, smart nodes are going up on BitTorium. Now, another thing I found yesterday, look at this. You guys remember good old VCOX here? We talked about it last week, maybe 2 weeks ago now. I don't know. But last night it pumped. Look at this price right here. I'm going to open this up. So this pumped last night to about 0.00801. Now, it's a small coin, low market cap. The exchanges are horrible that it currently uses. Like it has, like I don't even know. We got Trade Marrow, whatever that is. I believe BitTorium has an exchange, and whatever this Exaggerate. They're all horrible exchanges, hardly any volume. So, and when you don't have much volume, any coins, stuff like that, it doesn't take much to make a price skyrocket to the moon. But this is at 0.008 cents. So look at this. I mined this coin for about a day and a half. I have 366,359 VCAX coins in a day and a half. I'm not mining it anymore. I might go back to it. I see the hash rate has dropped quite a bit. So that's awesome. But let's just look at this. Look at this for a second here, guys. Look at 366,000. Where's my button? This one? So 306. I'm just doing 366,000. Now, what did I have? 366,359. So 366,000 coins times 0.008. What did it pump to? 0.00814. 00814. Okay. Guys, don't fall off your chairs. I'm serious. Boom. $2,979 in 36 hours of mining. What? There's no volume, guys. I still have it in my wallet. I'm thinking of just throwing it on there and trying to sell it. If someone buys it, wow. But seriously, 36 hours of mining, almost 3,000 USD. That is absolutely insane. Think about that. There's no volume. It can't sell. It's not doing this. And you can see it dropped. It's back down. It dropped back down to 0.0. It missed it. It has an extra zero now. 0.00192. So let's just look at that. 366. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to times that by, what is it? 0.123 zeros. And it's okay, 0.1918, whatever, 19. So it's just gonna go there. There's more numbers there. It'll be slightly higher. But now that's only $69. But that's still $69 in 36 hours worth of mining. That is insane. Remember, I do have 23 rigs, guys. Obviously, that will cover the power cost plus a lot more. I think I use about $9 a day in power on my CPUs. So this obviously covers that's $60 USD green after that. But that makes me wonder. I started thinking, now I'm kind of, there's new coins coming out. I'm sure you guys know about Kaka. You heard about that. Some people allegedly are getting hacked, but there's people coming into Discord now and they're saying, hey, this is my coin, yada, yada. Can you talk about it or whatever? It's like people are starting to try to use me to pump their coins up and stuff. And obviously I say I'll get to a coin when I get to it. If I want to try it, I'll try it. But remember, I got to pay for my power bills and stuff. I use all my crypto to pay for it. So if I just swap to a coin and I totally lose, if it's not on an exchange or something, I'm not going to check them out at this point. Maybe I'll try it with one rig or something, to mitigate my losses. But there's people have been coming into Discord saying, check this coin out, yada, yada. Some guy says, sounds like he's mining his own coin. He won't even tell people what he's mining, but he's trying to promote his own coin that only he is mining. How does he expect the price to go up or anything if he's only mining his own coin that he made? Obviously, we're staying away from that one. No one touch it. But I just want to bring this out though. So this brand led me to a new type of marketing strategy. Now, this is not financial advice in any way, shape, or form, but I think it might be a good idea. So as we know, we have a lot of Ghost Rider algorithm forks coming out. Now, VCAX here, it does run on Ghost Rider, but it is not a fork of Raptorium. It's a fork of Dash. People think just because it's running on a certain algorithm, it's a fork of that coin. No, someone could fork Ethereum right now and run it on random X if they wanted to. You know, just you got to look in to see where these coins are forked from. You know, someone could fork you know, Raptorium is a fork, Ravencoin, all these are forks of Bitcoin, but you can see they're all in different algorithms. So you can run any algorithm you want when you fork a coin. So VCAX, it doesn't have smart nodes, it has master nodes, so you can do that. But there's a lot of Ghost Rider forks coming out straight from Raptorium, like Bitorium, like Urbis, things like that. And they all have smart nodes. And people they're really thinking, you know, smart nodes, passive income, it's good, but you really have to believe in that project to do that. So I'm thinking this. Look for new coins that come out. Now, again, I don't know if you know where I'm going with this, but you know, if a new coin does good, great, that's awesome. But odds are most of them are going to fail. But people are going to be like, okay, smart nodes, it's early, I'm in there fast, it's going to go. Now, in order to get those coins really fast, you have to buy it. Now, if you're unsure how buy and sell markets work, let's just run into something like XBitTron right quick. Look at this. Now, this might be bad. Like, people are probably going to hate me for this because like it's not a scam. Like, I don't know how to put this the right way, but this is a strategy to probably make a lot of money. So think about this. A new coin comes out. It gets added on XBitTron. We're just going to take Bitorium USD for an example. Now, if you're unsure how trading and stuff works, you can see all the list here. Now, you could try and get it for this price when you're selling. And, you know, you're only going to get it if people buy. Now, you have two types of orders. A limit, which is when you set your price, and that's what you want for it. Or you have a direct market buy. A market buy means it buys at market. So these are all the people selling. So if I want to buy at market right now, 200,000 coins, I'm going to have to eat up all this 31, all this 9, all this 31, all this 8, 13, all these, all the way up to probably around here, which the price gets more expensive as you go up. So you see these new coins, people want in here and they might not know how an exchange works. You set a buy for a whole bunch of coins that you have way up here. They hit a market buy, they have to pay that price. If they hit the market and they buy, boom. And that's the only way to get instant trades right now. So if you set a sell order for right here and someone wants into a smart node right away because it's an early coin, they're going to pay an extremely high expensive fee. Now, this is bad coming from the buyer, but as a seller trying to get the most for your coin, you can make a lot of money off people like this. And it's probably a bad thing to do, but it's a strategy you can use. And if, you know, there's a lot of, I don't know how to explain this to you guys. You guys understand what I'm trying to say here though? So these new coins coming out, I probably wouldn't invest in them, get all these nodes, yada, yada, yada. I would probably just try to mine out a whole bunch of coins, sell it for some stupid high price, and someone will come in, do a market sell, trying to get into a smart node, and you'll make a lot of money is pretty much how it all sums up. So I don't know. Like, again, not financial advice in any way, shape, or form, but I'm just people coming in all the time trying to pump their coins, trying to do this, do a video on this, do a video on that. I really think most new coins fail. If you've been following markets ever since whatever, everyone's always trying to fork something, do something, whatever something. And then everyone thinks it's the next big go-to, whatever. And then, you know, I'm just going to mine probably a lot of these low hash rate coins and sell them. That's what I'm going to do. And you can see, look at right there. If I could sell that yesterday, it would have been worth 3,000 USD for 36 hours worth of mining. Right now it's at $69. That's still an amazing day's worth of profit. That's more than any bull run I've ever seen on 2 gigahash worth of GPUs at the previous bull run with Ethereum. So maybe you need a different strategy to stay profitable in the future. It may be kind of on the, you know, bad movement aspect, but you know what? I guess we're just full of, rage today. So we're trying to keep up our profits, right? So does that make sense? You guys understand kind of what I showed you? That might be a way that you guys can kind of make some, you know, a little extra stuff off your crypto. Again, not financial advice in any way, shape, or form. Oh, craziness. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to transfer it later on today. I'm going to keep an eye on that. I'm probably going to swap my coins into there, and I'm going to try to maybe sell all my VCOX there, because $69, if it goes back up to 3,000, okay, yeah, I'll take 3,000 USD for 36 hours of mining. That'll cover some costs. That'll buy another, that could, well, find a good deal. I could buy another 20 rigs right there. Definitely ROI my other farm for the third or fourth time now. So we'll see. Anyway. How do you find new coins? So to find new coins, you can simply just go to mining pool stats and click on new coins. It's that easy. There's other ways to do it, obviously searching up things. Look at a new coin just came out 31 hours ago called Frog Coin. People like frogs, it's gonna pump. I don't know. I don't know what the heck BMW 512 is the algorithm. So you gotta mine this with a beamer. Okay, I never heard of this algo. I don't know what it is, but that's insane. BMW 512, what is that? But yeah, it looks like a new coin just came out 31 hours ago. It's at block height 941. There's two pools. That's 236 gigahash. So I don't know if that's an ASIC thing, a GPU thing, a CPU thing. No idea. But yeah, let's click on it. What's it taking us to? There's obviously no exchange. Oh, of course, our plant's on it. Our plant's on it, guys. So let's see what kind of miner. It's probably a GPU coin, guys. Let's take a look at this. Frog coin. Where's Frog? Frog. Oh my gosh. Where are you? Frog. I clicked on you. They not even have it listed here. Hey, oh, Frog. Oh, there we go. Frog coin. Oh, it's pink here. So here's Frog coin. Looks like, you know, connect. What do we need for miners here? It looks like, oh, Wild Rig Multi is the miner needed. So that means this is probably a CPU coin. It might not be, but usually Wild Rig comes in that can mine Ghost Rider. It went to Pulsar, but usually it's CPU coins that Wild Rig tries to take over, unless this is only for this. So that's interesting, though. It looks like Wild Rig is what's used for BMW 512 Frog coin, which has, well, I don't know, 150 gigahash. No idea how this algorithm performs, what you actually use to mine it, but that's interesting. So that's how you find some new coins. That's one way to go about it. Obviously, you can just search pools. Some won't be listed there, some will. But it's crazy. It's GPU 3K series NVIDIA is high there. Oh, mining for people. What's going on? Are you getting on that too? What is that? I don't know what that is. Frog is at 13 cent. For real? Is that the same coin? What exchange is it on? Okay, let's go back to this now. We got to go back to our plant. Does our plant have any info on stuff? Frog coin, this, that. Like, what's a block reward? What's the thing? How much you mining? Like, I don't know. A 36-hour coin. You might be able to make $20, $30 1 or 2 days and then just swap to something else. But, you know, I think this is the type of strategy you're probably going to have to use after ETH moves to POS. Seriously. Because you come into here, everyone's going to be fighting here. Everyone thinks, oh, Neo, Ravencoin, Conflux, Fiero, whatever is the next go-to coin. None of these are the next go-to coin for at least who knows how many years, because nothing can accept the hash rate. Ethereum Classic has the best chance to absorb any of your hash rate, but it's going to be heavily ASIC oriented with all those ASICs coming off Ethereum, at least until it sees a lot of price, you know, adaptation. And if it skyrockets, awesome. Now, Ethereum Classic doesn't have to hit the exact price of Ethereum. It can be slightly lower to be as profitable because the block reward is currently higher. Now, it would have been nice if this happened when the block reward was like at 3 or something. That'd be insane. But we did have that fifthing, and it's down to 2.5. So it's about half a block higher than what Ethereum currently is. So it doesn't need the absolute same price as that, but it's obviously, you know, coming in at whatever we're at now, $56. That's Canadian. What is Ethereum Classic at? Do I have that in here? USD. So it's at $39. Canadian's at 51. So it's going to need to hit, you know, well, 14 I'd say $1,400-$1,500 to be as profitable. It could absorb all the hash rate that's currently on Ethereum right now if it hits about $1,400. It could do that. That's a possibility. That's, you know, a massive gain, but that gain's actually not as much as what Flux or Furo is going to need to remain half as profitable as Ethereum. So Ethereum Classic, in theory, probably has the best chance to hit these levels that we need on a coin. But again, we don't know how anything's going to play out till this happens. It's definitely getting a lot of endorsement, but that's also coming from a lot of people that run heavy ASICs. So that's crazy. A lot of different stuff to look at here. Living the dream or nightmare, not sure. Yeah, for sure. I've been on the ETC train. Now, speaking of ETC train, there's different ways you can look at things. Like, there's obviously there's the safe way. You can mine, convert everything into Bitcoin. We know Bitcoin's going to go up next. Everything's going to go up in the next bull run, the main things, but we don't know how much. Bitcoin, it's going to see great gains, but you know, it might go times 5, times 6. ETH might go same thing, times 3 to times 6, depending on adaptability. ETC could see times 10, times 15, but those are the safer bets on future gains. But you could also get a little risky. Like, example, Raptor Hash, you can mine Ethereum Classic and stuff right now, get paid out in Raptorium. Raptorium's hanging out at what? What's Raptorium hanging out right now? Where's mining pool stats? Let's just look at Raptorium here. Where's Raptorium currently kind of hanging out? So it's hanging out at 0.00291. It's 291. Now, to double, like right now, 0.005 is already doubled its price. That's a times 2 already. 0.007, that's times 3. You know, just to hit 1 cent, we're already at 3x. Imagine, I really think Raptorium next bull run could pay, maybe, what if it hits 8 cents, 10 cents? What if, because we think most of these coins, if they're doing what they're supposed to, Raptorium's devs are very, very active. They're doing a lot of things, and that's what we like to see out of a coin. But if they hit 8 to 10 cents, that's, what is that in gains? That's a lot. That's a lot of gains. So imagine mining potentially ETC and stuff now on these Ipollo miners, getting paid out in Raptorium for whatever, 100x gain or something, where, you know, Bitcoin could see 4, 5, 6, Ethereum could see 5, 6, all this. But these other coins, they're more risky, but they could see massive gains leading into that bull run. This is where you really start to wonder, what do I do? Again, not financial advice. I'm just throwing numbers out there. I'm really starting to debate on the whole situation. I might throw a bunch of my rigs, all of those Ipollos and stuff, on ETC, on Raptor Hash, and get paid out in Raptorium. That's one of the options I'm kind of weighing right now, because if I really do believe we're going to hit 8 to 10 cents, this is a massive price increase in the next bull run that we're going to see. This is an easy times whatever the heck it was I just said. I don't even know what that is, but it's going to be a lot. But that might not happen. It might not. It could die. We don't know. But that's why I say you have your safe bets, you have your middle bets, and then you have your far out there bets. So, you know, obviously, like I said, BTC and stuff like that, they're the safest bet to increase your money. It's going to go up in the future. It's a guarantee. But as for the rest, you know, we don't know what they're going to do, especially with these smaller ones and newer ones and stuff like that. So very interesting. You know, it's risky. It's very risky, but it could pay off. It might not. I don't know. But I'm really on the fence right now. I almost switched over from ETC last night over into that, because Raptorium, like, also look at it. Raptorium's down a little bit too. It seems like when the market goes down a little bit, Raptorium kind of comes up. And now when the market's coming up a bit, Raptorium's going down. So that also increases your profit potential gain. ETC saw a massive spike. So mining that and Raptorium going down, you're going to see even more coins because of that for a future bigger increase. So yeah, I don't know. Very, you know, a whole bunch of different ways to look at these markets. So many different strategies out there, and do it any way you want. But I don't know. Does that make sense to some of you guys? You know, I'm just looking at these other options here and kind of realize things. The other thing is, I did make a video a while back on the 3060. Now I plan on going through my GPUs and retuning all of them, because I really think the way we've been tuning our GPUs right now is all wrong. Some of you guys may remember this video from a couple months back. Some of you guys may have not have heard about it, because not too many people watched it. We're in the bear market, not too many people. A lot of videos don't get many views anymore. But I'm kind of going back to that because coming from the CPU side, I get a lot of feedback. Overclock your CPU, overclock your RAM, get that hash rate. It doesn't make sense. Like example with the CPU, we're gonna don't worry guys, you people that don't mine with your CPU, I'm gonna take the same methodology or whatever it's called into GPUs in a second. But first, you got to hear where I'm coming from. So on a CPU, I could mine XMR or Raptorium or whatever. I could be getting, I'll use XMR because more people know that. Not people know that there's other coins to mine. It seems like when you talk about CPU, everyone says not profitable, XMR sucks or something. It's the best privacy coin out there. But I'm using that as an example because everyone knows about XMR. So a 3900X, for example, can mine with CL14 RAM, overclock, DRAM calculator engaged, which means overclocking your RAM right up there. Using Ryzen clock tuner, which really tweaks your CPUs per thread, every thread set differently to the maximum performance and voltages. So you get about anywhere from about 4.25 down to about 4.1, I think is one of my lowest thread of my 3900X. And it was about 1.25 volts. Same thing with the RAM, XMP profile on, overclocked up, RAM timings and everything adjusted. I was doing about 15,300 hashes at about 240 watts. All right, you hear that? Full system, 240 watts, 15,300 hashes. All right, not bad. That's a nice hash rate. Awesome, we're getting hash rate. That's all we care about is hash rate. Now, that's what I don't. You guys can care about hash rate all you want. I care about efficiency. And this is what is going to make you the most amount for your crypto. It's not the hash rate, it's the amount of power you use. The biggest expense out of any crypto miner is its power, depending on your cost, whatever. If you have free power, it doesn't matter for you. You can crank that right up and not have to pay anything. But for me, it's all about the efficiency, getting the max amount of hashes that you can for the least amount of power used. So I take that same numbers, I downclock everything. I go 3.6 gigahash, no XMP profile. I'm not overclocking anything. I'm underclocking everything I got here down to about 0.95 to 97 volts, depending on your silicon ladder and stuff. I am now at 13,200 hashes, anywhere from 12,600 up to about 13,200. You're like, oh, you lost 2,000 kilohash there. Okay, in XMR, that's actually not that much, but I dropped down to 109 watts. I over doubled. I dropped my power consumption by like 55% for only a 2,000 hash difference. That's where we're kind of looking at. Now we're moving into the GPUs. The numbers aren't as big, but it does a lot of stuff here. So when you're coming in and you're looking at the blah, 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 what we got here. I see fully electric here. Efficiency mainly is good for low market mining. In a bull run, more hash makes more money, even with more electric uses. That's true, but at the same time, technically in bull runs, hash rate comes off. So if you were to mine more coins by overclocking in the bear market, you would see a lot higher future gains in the bull market. In theory, just because the fiat value is up the worst, it's actually the worst time to mine because you're getting the least amount of yields because all the miners are coming online. So there's a lot of different ways to look at various things. But myself, I do use my crypto to pay for my power prices. And, that's how it works out. But so back to where I was going here. Now we're going to look at GPUs for an example. And we're always pretty much, we test our GPUs. We crank up our memory for Ethereum. We crank up our memory and stuff, other things, core base. We turn up our core clocks and vice versa. Fully electric. Good point. Yeah. Anyway, so we're looking at our GPUs. So we find our nice max mega hash number, 61, 60, whatever on our 3070 or something, right? And then we tweak down the power limits and everything to maintain that hash rate. But we're still trying to get that max hash rate. We're tweaking for the hash rate. We're not tweaking for performance and efficiency. So here's a little example. Now, it's not going to be a huge difference or anything, but let's take a 3060 here. And you can see, I don't know the full numbers on fully tweaked what people run, but I'm using a 3060. Obviously, a 2080 Ti is better and stuff for flux. But look at this. So I'm going, let's go 16 for me. Now, this is my scenario. For me, it's different everywhere everyone looks. But I do a lot of mathematical work. I try to remain as profitable as I can. And these are things I do. And again, it'll affect you different based on your power price and what you pay and how your power fluctuates. This is the one test also why I turned my CPU. People thought I shut my CPUs off because they weren't profitable. No, they were just less profitable at the time than my GPU. So I shut them off to do these power tests for 1 month to see how my power fluctuates based on per 100,000 kilowatt hours and stuff. So anyway, So I'm 17 cents here. It's 16.7, but that's what we're going with. So I'm going to calculate this. We're looking at flux. Now 36 sols at 140 watts. So we scroll down the flux here. We can see. So I am making 68 cents. I'm going to write this down so I don't have to come back to it again. So 68 cents. See, before power, before. And now 11 cents after power. That's not very profitable, right? After. That's 11 cents after, because we're trying to get, you know, our nice hash rate numbers here. Now, I went back and I tested this once, and look what I did here. On flux, I dropped it down to 28.63 sols at only 83.4 watts at the wall. I tweaked this thing like I would tweak my CPU to look for that efficiency. You're thinking, oh, 28.6 sols, that's retarded. Why would I only want 28 sols? Well, let's have a look at this. 28 sols. We lost, you know, 8 sols per second here, but we're only down to 83.4 watts. That is less power than Ethereum and Ergo per se. I'm using Flux with less power now than Ergo and Ethereum based on everyone else's numbers. So you're like, okay, what? Flux is core based. Flux is power intensive. What's going on here? So now I put those numbers in here. I calculate that. Look at Flux now. So Flux is still obviously not looking too hot. I'm at 19 cents after power in profitability when I was at 11 cents at the same power price. So I'm only making 53 cents a day now, but after power, I'm actually making 8 more cents per GPU after power, tweaking this more efficiently. Okay, awesome. Sounds good. So now, where was I? Because this is going down, say you had a whole bunch of rigs of this, I am now dropping my power price from 17 cents because I saved so much more power. I could now only be paying maybe like 14 cents per kilowatt hour. Dropping that down here. And now Flux is starting to look like it is making 25 cents. Look at the earnings and savings I am starting to begin just by running efficiency. Now, let's take this to another note, how this is only one card. Now you start thinking, oh, well, that's only one card, 2 cards. Now, the more you get on scale, the more this is going to affect you. Let's take another CPU mining coin I was mining, and 1 stick versus 2 stick with XMP profile on. Just using 1 stick, I get the same hash rate with 1 stick and no XMP profile on this. And it saves me 15 watts per rig. So I'm thinking, okay, 15 watts. You know, that's only 1 rig. It's not really going to affect me. We're in there to expand, guys. We're in here to get more rigs, more money. That's how we roll. Run efficiency right from the get-go, and this is what will happen. So I have 23 CPU mining rigs. You take 15 watts per rig. That is 343 watts. Oh, what? Oh, wait, 345 watts. So I just saved 345 watts. Each rig is only using 93 watts. That is 3.5 full rigs worth of power that I could be running for free that I would have been running with those other overclock settings, just having the RAM in. Look at the savings. Now I increased the hash rate by 3 full rigs for the same amount of power that I would have been drawing previously. And the same thing goes, I talk about it with GPUs on looking for efficient GPUs. 3080s, 2 gigahash worth of 3080 is like 5,700 watts, and that's at everyone else's tweaking. You take A2000s, you'll get 3 gigahash for the same amount of power. Efficiency is what's going to get you through any bull market, and you're really going to have to look into it once Ethereum moves to POS. Don't just try to run for hash rate. I try to beat this into a lot of people's head a lot, and nobody agrees with me. It seems like I'm in my own world here. Some of you guys agree with me, but does it not make sense? You're all thinking 1 GPU, 2 GPUs, a couple watts here and there. It doesn't matter. We're all stacking rigs. We're trying to get bigger farms. Over time, this stuff adds up and it starts saving you a lot. So I don't know. Just my 2 cents on that operation. Does it make sense to you guys? You guys understand what I'm trying to say? So I plan on going through every GPU, my 3090s, my 3060 Ti's, my 3070s. I want to retweak every single GPU because I don't care if I'm getting 61 mega hash at 120 watts on, say, a 3070 or something. What if I could get 58 mega hash at 100 watts or something? What if that's a thing that nobody knows exists because we've all been tweaking our GPUs wrong because we're trying to look for that nice hash rate number? It's not about the hash rate number in my mind. The number that really matters is that high hash to watt ratio number. You want the most amount of hash, mega hash, depending on what you're running. You want that hash to watt, the highest you can possibly get it, and that will drop your fees at the wall as much as possible to remain you as profitable as possible. Now, obviously, if you're paying with your normal job out of pocket straight to your power bill and you don't care about any of this, this doesn't really reside to you. To me, like I said, I pay for my power with my crypto. The YouTube channel does not give enough money to pay for pretty much anything. So I use my crypto for most of my bills and, you know, some whatever else. So this is how I do things. This is how I look at the markets. This is how I look at mining. This is how I look at everything. I'm trying to mitigate as much cost as possible and keep my profits in the green. So yeah, I don't know. That's the way I do things. So let me know your guys' thoughts and your opinions on what I kind of just said, and if it makes sense to you guys or not. Lamo, I'm too lazy to go to computer. Clear as mud. Rabid planning on buying 10 by X40U, 41U soon. Yeah, I don't know. But you know, like, I don't know. That's in my whole strategy. Maybe I'll do a video on this. Maybe I won't. I don't know. Like, everyone's gonna be cutthroat here pretty soon once ETH is gone. I really think there's way too much optimism around mining with GPUs. Keyword here. Remember, I'm saying mining with GPUs after Ethereum. I think we all hope and wish, you know, something's going to take off, something's going to be awesome. But, you know, I really think it's probably a good time to start looking into home ASIC miners, KD boxes, Kadena miners. You know, GPUs I really think is probably going to be one of the least profitable ways to mine crypto for probably, you know, it could be 4 to 10 years. It's going to take a couple cycles or some major coin to be released here soon to be able to soak up all this GPU hash rate. Because right now, none of these coins have a chance. I don't care how much you think Flux is going up or Ergo is going up. I don't think they're going to be able to support any hash rate in the next bull run. I really think right now, our bear market is more profitable than the next peak of the next bull run. I really think that's going to be a thing when it comes to GPUs. And, you know, obviously when that happens, miners are going to pull off. People will quit. That's bound to happen because people will not mine at losses. Some do. It all comes down to power prices. Higher power prices will trickle down and come offline sooner, but I think it will come down. There's gonna be a mass exodus of crypto miners, GPU miners mining crypto after this happens, and that's what it's gonna take for other miners to, you know, start becoming profitable. And even when those profits come up, it might only be like 10 cents if you have 6 cents per kilowatt hour. So things are going to be very, very crazy. And I could be 100% wrong. And I honestly hope I'm 100% wrong on this whole situation. It's just that the numbers and everything just don't look like they'll add up. I don't see Flux hitting $2,000. I don't see Ergo hitting $1,500 in the next bull run. I just don't see it. And that's what these coins have to hit to soak up the hash rates. So it's crazy. Danielle Baker, yes, ETC. I'm 100% bullish on ETC because one, it's the original ETH. Two, it's that. But we got to keep in mind, it's going to be totally full of ASICs. A GPU cannot compete with those Ipollo miners, cannot compete with those Jazz miners. It's another thing. Like, if ETC remains, you know, decently profitable at low power cost because of the ASIC miners, I will go out and buy ASIC miners. I have no issue with that. If it's profitable, I would do it. I don't care about GPUs because, you know, they're versatile or something. When I mine crypto, I just want to go for profitability. And if the GPUs aren't doing it for me, I will buy Ipollos. I will buy Jazz miners. I will go out and buy more CPUs. I will buy hard drives with Chia picks up. GPUs is not the only way to mine. It's just the most common and easiest entryway into it. But this is a crypto mining channel. It's not a GPU mining channel. I mine everything, and whatever's profitable at the time is what I'll look into, and whatever's not profitable, you know, I'll shut off and say, you know, this isn't profitable, at least for me. Again, I'm paying 16.7 cents. If I find something more efficient, I might have a lower power price and so on. But if it's not profitable for me, it's not profitable for me. What's not profitable for me though, might still be profitable for you because you could have a cheaper power price. You could have solar, you could have something else. So, and what's profitable for someone else might not be profitable for me. So, you know, it depends where you are, where you live. It depends what you pay for everything, how you're getting everything. You can't just say this is profitable, everyone do it, because that's not the case. There's so many different parts of the world that charge so many different things that you really have to be versatile onto everything you talk about and look around. So, just pointing one thing saying this is the way to do it, I think is wrong. And you really got to look into every angle of everything to try to, give as much information spread out as possible. But that's just me. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, craziness. This is, oh, wow. This is super ranty and a half. Craziness. Hope you guys don't hate me after this. Oh, fully electric. What do we got going on here? Profitable for the win. One of the reasons your channel is the best is any crypto mining channel. Let's go. Yeah, well, that's what I do. I try to dabble. It's a crypto mining channel. If something's profitable, it's profitable. If it's not profitable, it's not profitable. And I have no problem telling you. I really don't think. I have a 99% chance that all my GPUs, as soon as ETH goes POS, will be shut off. I will keep one mining. I'll probably have an A2000 looking for a coin because that's the only chance I think I'll have in being profitable in something is be the A2000. 3090, garbage. 3080 is probably garbage. Well, I'll put them in my gaming PC. I do have a gaming channel. I'll be playing a lot more games at that point probably. But you know what I'm talking about. Like, I will be looking in the background testing stuff, and I really don't think the option is probably not going to be come to what to mine. Oh, look, Neoxa is in first place. I'm going to go mine that. By the time you switch your rigs over and get onto the top coin, within 5 minutes, it's probably not the top coin anymore. It's probably last. So many people are going to be fighting. Next, we have so many people saying, I'm just going to go to NiceHash. NiceHash is going to save us all. It's going to make everything worse. So now you have everyone going to NiceHash. And until NiceHash actually starts implementing something where they're like, oh, there's this much hash rate on a coin and I'm about to point more than half the hash rate, maybe we shouldn't do this or rent it out. They're not going to do that because all they want is money and they don't care about any of this either. They just care about money. So all these users flooding in the NiceHash is going to come in and be like, all right, let's attack Neo again. Some buyer comes out here, they're going to attack them. What happens to Neo this time? They already just got attacked. They get attacked again. Well, there we go. We're just not even going to list you anymore. I don't care how much hype you had at the time. Goodbye. We don't want you. So now what happens? How are you going to buy and sell a coin that's not listed? That one's gone. Same thing could happen to Raven coin. There's looks like their Twitter has been more active lately. It's kind of funny, the past little while I've been saying, yeah, I haven't seen or heard anything from Raven coin devs. Looks like they're starting to pick up. They are urging everyone to try and make nodes because I think the Raven coin devs are really scared that they're going to get multiple attack from NiceHash. That could be a thing. What happens if Ravencoin disappears? That whole go-to that everyone's been talking about for years is no longer available, or their confirmations turned to 5,000 1 month, just like what we saw in ETC. Now, I do believe once ETC, which is going to help now, and I'm not switching back, and this ETC go-to GPUs still, it's going to take a while for that because it's going to be dominated by them ASICs. But ETC, I think things are going to happen. Once it gets all this hash rate, means it's going to be getting more secure. Once it gets more secure, all those confirmation times could then start getting dropped. Now we're going to start having fast instant transactions again. Actually, you can send ETC now. I sent a little bit to the wife the other day. I sent 1.1 ETC or something, and it was there instantly. But when you're pulling off mining pools into exchanges, that's when the confirmations are a little higher because that's when their whole, what is it called? I can't remember the implementation they put in to save everything at the time. Can't remember the word. That was a couple of years ago. But they also increased the confirmations. But I think they can drop all that back down because they'll have the security. It's going to be really hard and expensive to attack it once they have all this security coming in. So that's also going to gain value for ETC in general to move up. Plus, there's a lot of NFTs and stuff that are moving to ETC. And I don't know, there's a lot of things. ETC could really explode. But again, I don't know anything for sure. And I don't know. But we could see a lot of improvements in the chain that we have seen because it was attacked. It's still growing out of the attacks and trying to get out of there. And all these other coins, we could start to see, I'm thinking that might be Fearo's thing too. I'm curious if that's why Fearo started swapping that over, and maybe they just didn't want to tell any of us that because they, originally they got attacked a whole bunch of times. They almost got delisted off their exchanges for this very reason of getting attacked. Can't remember how many times it was, but it was quite a few. So, recently they just moved they took fees away from the miners and put more towards the nodes to encourage more nodes. So now in order to allegedly, if you wanted to attack something like Furo, you would have to control both sides. So you'd have to control all of over half the hash rate. Plus, you'd have to buy a whole bunch of nodes and then support, because I think they use master nodes. I'm not 100% sure. But then you'd also have to buy a whole bunch of nodes to have most of the nodes in order to, do an attack. So it's going to get really expensive that way. And they're encouraging more nodes on their network and less miners. That way, it can get 51% attack, but it's not really going to affect it because all the validations coming from the node type of thing. So I think Furo did this and not told anyone because they're scared after ETH is gone. Sure, they could have gained a bunch of hash rate and been safe, but I think they took the easy way to safety and security by going to the node side instead of being risk of a nice hash attack. I think that may be a thing going on that nobody announced publicly. Again, I could be 100% wrong on this whole situation, but it's just something I kind of maybe see here. I could be starting 100% FUD here and no idea. But yeah, I don't know. Does any of that make sense to you guys? You guys understand what I'm trying to lay down there? Cool. Good stuff. Nice talk. Anyway, let's go through the live chat here. I was kind of missing it. So Furo still has like 100 confirmations going to an exchange. Crazy. What's the block time on Furo? So how long is that, I wonder? Depending on the block time. So if any unsure on, how do you calculate how long a transaction takes? So pretty much a confirmation is each block. So every time the block is found, that's an extra confirmation of blocks after that the transaction is. And after an X amount of blocks, it can no longer be reorged or rechained. So that's what happens with these confirmations on transactions. So 100 confirmations means 100 blocks to confirm that transfer there. So that means based on block time, if it's 2 minutes, that's 200 minutes to get that coin to that area where you send it. So yeah. Oh, what's this? You missed it all, Rabid. What? I missed what all? What did I miss? Red Pots. What's going on? And that is a new. What are we talking about? I missed it all. I'll sell them at a loss. I'm investing in power before hardware. Offset my bill. Techman, that is a kind of a thing I'm kind of looking at too. I've been looking at different places, commercial. There's a laundromat that's for sale. The mother-in-law is a curling rink, and allegedly there's they say small curling rinks and ice rinks use about anywhere from 500,000 to 200 million kilowatt hours a year. So that's a lot of power. So, I might go in the back end of the curling rink and set up a mining farm there. I don't know yet. That's a lot of power. I went through there. I went in the storage area. I took pictures of it, and wow, there's like a 200 amp here, a 150 amp there. There's a couple 100 amps over here. There's like 600 to 800 amps worth of breakers inside of that thing, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, look at that power. It's crazy. Anyway. You think ET's price still has room to go, or do you think it could ever hit $500? 500? Well, the big pump is on. Remember, if everyone believes miners bring all this value to coins, then yeah, sure. It could, like I said, it could see $1,500. Imagine if ETC smokes $1,500. Let's just take a look at Ethereum, actually. Let's look at Ethereum price. When did it actually explode from around the $150 range? Because that's when we could, in theory, obviously Ethereum, ETC, different things, but CoinMarketCap, let's just kind of have a look back at all. I've never done any type of analysis of ETH because realistically in my mind, all you got to look at to see what the market is going to do is follow Bitcoin. If it's going to go up, everything else is going to go up. If it's going to go down, everything else is going to crash. I don't care if you implement the best thing ever on your coin. If Bitcoin's going down, your coin's value is going down as well. So that's how I look at it. Follow the Bitcoin market, and then depending what the other chains are doing, it will see more or less growth in the following bull run. So obviously, all the pump is on for ETC right now. It's severely outperforming Ethereum, but let's just look back, and we're looking at Ethereum here. So what was it here? $7. What did it here? Wow. Okay. Whoa, that exploded. $14 to over 1,000. Okay, that's absolutely insane. Absolutely. Oh, wow. That was in 2017. Okay, so I don't know what this is going to do, and I don't want to say anything because this is absolutely insane. But if all hands are on deck and ETC does anything that Ethereum does in the next bull run, look at this. 2017, it went from $12 to $1,300. Now, we're sitting at 30 some dollars right now. The low is around what? 15, 8 to 15. So that's higher, or around slightly under what their low is here. You know, I got to look at ETC now to see where the low was, like through the current low that we've been at. It's still going to go lower. I still don't think the markets have hit bottom, but it went up to here. Now, if ETC hits $1,300, that's easily enough. If it can hit this, what Ethereum did in 2017, that'll handle all the miners right now on the network, because their block reward is also half a block bigger. It's 2.5 instead of 1.97 like Ethereum. So yeah, this could account all miners if Ethereum could currently, or if ETC hits in the next bull run at least $1,300. Now, I don't know if it's possible or not, but we could see ETH here went from 8, 9, 10, 12, you know, some dollars here, and it pumped to that. ETC is currently hanging out at where are you at here, buddy? $39. What if it goes to $1,600? What if it goes to $1,800? Ethereum did it. It had all the backing of the miners. It had all this. It had all the mining farms on it. Everyone looks like they're trying to point everything to ETC now. If ETC can literally pull this off, GPUs and everything would be saved. Now, it's not going to be profitable like the previous bull runs. It's going to be about as profitable as we are right now with Ethereum, but I'll take that. I will take that over not profitable at all on GPUs. So, you know what? There's hope. There's a possibility that things could happen. I just don't know if I will. That is massive. But hey, Ethereum did that. And, you know, there's always a chance. We never know. This could happen. It could. But if it doesn't, you know, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but this is very, very, there's a chance it could, because there's a lot of backing, you know, with Luxor's on board. Obviously, all these Bitmain, ASICs, everybody wants to go to this, and they want it to pump because these farms want to remain profitable. So, you know, it could happen. I'm just not saying it's going to. I don't want you to go out there and say, Rabid said ETC is going to hit 1,300 and it can handle all the hash rate. It's a possibility, but I wouldn't bet your farm on it and go out and buy GPUs of it. I would really wait to see what happens before everything, you know, happens, type of thing. So be very, very lenient on here, but I really think ETC is probably the best chance us as GPU miners really have, even though initially it is going to be heavy ASIC saturated. But if it hits these other values that, you know, close to Ethereum, it will handle all GPU support that Ethereum currently has. Yes, it definitely needs a lot of utility, but like a lot of people are starting to build on it. Now, Ethereum, obviously, it's got so many users on it. It's got so many of this. People might not want to move to ETC, but hey, you know what? If we're talking best case scenarios, let's throw this one out there. All right, Ethereum moves to POS. It's good for a couple months. It crashes. Then the shadow fork fails on them because they didn't test it enough, even though they thought it was good. Now they can't revert back. Chain is dying. People are, you know, losing everything. It became Luna 2.30, 17,000. And now everyone moves to ETC. ETC hits $5,000. We're good to go. There's best case scenario, you know, way out there. Oh my gosh, that'd be absolutely insane. Oh, crazy. Speaking of Ethereum, though, and I was talking about, you know, August 10th of BitTorrent smart nodes increase. Do you guys know what else is happening on August 10th? August 10th is pretty much D-Day when it comes for us GPU miners. Why is that? Because that's the 10th to 12th is the expected TDD date of the third and final testnet. So yeah, we're 10 days away from seeing if that testnet fails or not. And if it fails, we could have Ethereum for who knows how much longer, years. But if it passes, I think Ethereum will be gone in 3 to 6 weeks. I really think the end of August, early mid-September, if this goes ahead successfully and successfully merges, because it's the largest testnet. It's one to represent mainnet pretty much to a T as close as they possibly can. If this goes through, they said if this goes through, they can successfully merge testnet with no issues. So everything is happening on the 10th. This will determine what happens with Ethereum, if we're going to be mining it or not next month. So I know in the past, 2017, they said they want to move to POS. Now remember, there's differences here. It is different this time when it comes to Ethereum. Why do I think that? There's a couple things going on. One, they said they want to move to 2017. They didn't say we're going to POS. They said they're looking into it. They want to go POS. This has been in the roadmap since the start. And, you know, they've been saying POS, 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 but they never had any test nets. They never really did all this stuff. Now we got test nets going on. We got all these things going on. They have a huge development team now, and they're really trying to push it. It seems so far this far, way more than they previously were. On top of that, there's a lot of previous 2025 rumors coming in from large mining farms, large mining pools. And if you guys haven't been noticing the past week or two, all that rumors seem to have disappeared. And it seems like all this Ethereum talk is gone. And there's a lot of push on ETC now from these guys. So are they no longer confident? That means that, you know, they're probably thinking, okay, looks like it's going to be gone, guys. ETC, we got to get this coin up there. We need to get our profits back, and we're going to back it any way we can. Firmware coming out for all these ASICs, new home dedicated ASICs. Like, it's not just, you know, huge ASIC machines like, well, the V1, obviously 3.6 gigahash at freaking only 2200 watts. That's absolutely insane. I want 10 of those, but you know what I'm talking about here. So we got those for farms, but we have the little mini Ipollos, home miners. ASICs are now available for home miners, and ETC ASICs are there. We got the little Ipollos, the V1 minis, the V1 classic minis, all these, they're designated for nice, quiet, low power home consumptions, and they don't even put out that much heat. So all this is being marketed towards Ethereum Classic. Eyes are on there. PC Gamer and stuff is actually covering these. This is all stuff Ethereum had before, but now the eyes are starting to slowly move to ETC, which is why I do think ETC is going to have a huge boom coming into the future. I just don't know how big of a boom that is actually going to be, but it's going to be very interesting. Hive OS supports ETC, very nice ETC pool status. Their Hivon pool, you mean? They've had their Hivon pool for a while, haven't they? Or you talk about the ASICs. Do they have ASIC support that supports their ETC pool? That's interesting, actually, if that's what you're referring to. So that's cool, actually, depending on how it works. But yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of things going on right now, and depending what channel you watch, who you talk, who you ask to, there's obviously a lot of different opinions. Get your opinions from everywhere you possibly can, and then make your own decisions. But you guys know mine. I 100% believe GPUs are going to die. I would not be building up your farms. GPU prices, yes, they look great. They look amazing. They're going to get a lot cheaper, and they're going to, I don't know. I wouldn't expand. I would definitely wait for things to play out. You know, you always have next season to, you know, seasons. It's funny, we're talking about these cycles as seasons, but we really have to see how these coins play out. Now, if you start to notice something picking up, obviously save your cash. When markets start moving up, we're going to see if, you know, something remains profitable and stuff, or starts picking up in profitability. And if it is starting to look pretty green into that next or late 2024, early 2025 bull run, if it starts to look really good, GPU prices are going to be pretty much at bottom levels there. So you can go out and get big ass orders on stuff and get your hardware in quick, because that's when their cheapest point is going to be. Just before the bull run hits, there's going to be pretty much free hardware out there. So gather it up all at that point while you can, but wait to see what's happening. Then obviously, once the word gets out, that's when the scalpers come out as well. But I don't think we're going to get to that level like we previously did. Like I said, if we can get to where Ethereum currently is in the bear market right now, type of levels in the next bull run, I think that's a nice level to shoot for GPU profitability. But I still don't even know if we're going to get that good yet. But it's going to be interesting, guys. That's just the way, you know, I kind of put it all. Yeah, I don't know much on Flux. It's very interesting there, too. It's funny how you, like, doing everything on Fusion and all that. Like I said, it's really expensive. 1, 2, 4 Flux. Like, if Ethereum was only worth $1 and you know, if Ethereum was back to where it was $1 or something, and it cost you 1 Ethereum to swap something, you'd be like, oh, it's only cost me $1 to swap it. But now that Ethereum's at like $3,000, if it costs you $1 and that's to swap something, obviously I'm not paying $3,000. It took me 4 flux to swap over from BSC Smart Chain into that, plus BNB on top of that. So I lost 2 currencies trying to swap that over. So what if flux hits $2,000? I spent $8,000 on that swap. That is not sounding like it's very cheap on gas at all. Like, I don't know, guys. Like, you got to look at all the numbers here. Everything looks cheap because it's very low in price. If it goes up in price, that is not cheap in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, guys. Very crazy stuff. The fees, they changed the transfer crypto. Wait, what? Justin Palmer. Yeah, I don't like Zelcore. It's glitchy as AF. I'm not pronouncing what that actually is because, yeah, I won't be here. Anyway, do you guys need to go to the bathroom or something? Anyone need a break? I have this ad button that keeps popping in my face, so I'm going to push it. 1, 2, 3. Hit that like button. And for those of you guys that are on premium, you are currently not getting an ad. Thank you for watching the RabidMining YouTube stream. And I don't know, I ran out of ad space right there. So we're just going to play around. Yep, bio break. Have your little breaks, guys. You know, we're here all day. I'm just kidding. We're not here all day. I'm starting to overheat. Oh, crazy. But I do got to figure out something. I don't know what I got to do. I got to start putting out like 3 videos a day, probably live stream every single day because everything's dropping. I don't know if either nobody likes that I'm in a bad mood all the time and talking about how bad things are going to look for GPUs. Maybe that's why everyone just likes to see all the good stuff on how to make them profitable or something. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. I'm just trying to speak truth. People can't handle the truth. Fully electric. What ad? He must have premium. He doesn't get ads. You could have an ad blocker too. I don't know. It just has an ad button for me to push on. I don't even know if it worked, but it's some new thing. YouTube's been pushing it on streams. It seems like it pops up in my whole stream feed until you push it. So I just keep minusing it, but it keeps pops up. Where's that? There we go. That guy seems shady. He says don't buy Doge, yet uses Doge as an example. What are you talking about? Who does? I'm really up in the air on Doge. Like, I was never a Doge person. I'm still not a Doge person. I'm not an investor or anything. But, you know, what happened with Elon Musk and Doge gains such a huge community. And, you know, you can actually use it for payments at places now. I really think Doge is probably going to see big spikes again in the next bull run. Maybe it will finally hit the dollar this time. I don't know. Like, I'm not promoting Doge or anything in any shape or form, but I think these coins that have these communities like this, we're going to see big gains on them. And it may be a fairly safe gamble into investing into it while it's cheap. Again, I don't know. I'm not a trader, guys. I'm not telling you what to do, but I think that it's probably going to have potential. But like I said, I'm not a Doge person either, but I do see that it has a lot of chance to see massive gains again. I really think it does. Why is Raven pumping? Probably, I don't know. Is it? Let me check my phone's coin market cap and see what it's at. Maybe it was just late behind and it's coming up. Maybe people heard me say that they're trying to get all the nodes online to be safe. Looks like Ethereum's going down. BNB is going down. SHIB and Doge is going up. Helium's going up a bit. Raven is down 0.28%. This is Canadian prices. 24 hours, it's up 1.2, but in the past, oh, it's up, why does it say that? It's up 0.46% there. This last 7 days, it's up 49%. So in theory, actually, I'm going to look at that. Where's Ethereum? 7 days. Oh my gosh, everything's outperforming Ethereum the past week. You guys realize that? Oh my gosh, Ethereum Classic, 53.35% in 7 days. And it's down $4 right now. It's down. Like Canadian, it's down $4. It just dropped to 49.97. I really wasn't expecting the prices to last this long. Like usually the weekends, they like to drop. So I was really expecting a crash happening this weekend. Then Monday, Tuesday, it might, if it, wants to continue its rally a bit, it will. But this is also probably a potential bull trap. What's a bull trap? I don't really know. because I just saw that term on Reddit, and to me it seems like this is what that is. So no, but in theory, like I said, we've seen these pumps in the past. The 2013 run and 2014 before the bottom. July, August, it's seen a nice big pump. 2017 bull run, 2018, which is following it just before the all-time low, the bottom. You know, July, August, we've seen crypto pump again. And what are we now? We're coming in out of the 2021 bull run. We're in 2022. July coming into August, we are seeing a crypto pump, which means I think it's going to fall off again, and we will see bottom of the whole market. BTC dropping to potential 14, 15,000, 10 to 14,000 by, you know, anywhere between November and January at the end of the year here, as I think the bottom is still coming. So if that's what a bull trap is, that's what I think is happening, because we're thinking, it's funny though, because you go anywhere, right away we see these little pumps. Everyone thinks we are out of a bear market. We are now moving into the bull market already, guys. That's what people think. It's legit. They think it's gone, ready to roll. We're coming back in. I really don't think that's the case. You know, if you think that, fine. If you're right, awesome. But I wouldn't sell your house and buy Bitcoin yet. But yeah, anyway, crazy. Uh, 2015 is the earliest data I could find, so just 7 years. 2015, didn't you look at 2013? DJ Mines, 2013. I went through that in the video. From 2013 bull run, the all-time high to the all-time low fell about 82%. 2017 to 2018, all-time high to all-time low fell about 84%, which is 2% off. It's kind of funny. That's how I find it. I find 80 to 85% is a nice safe grounding there from the all-time low high to the all-time low. It's usually around a year apart, and then it's about an 84 to 85% drop of that, which is why I'm putting 14,000 Bitcoin is the number, but I'm giving, you know, plus minus a little bit. So I'm giving the 10 to 15K is what the bottom will be sometime by the end of the year. And it happened every other time. Same with the July, August. But yeah, if you look back, you can actually, on CoinMarketCap, I believe it goes back to 2010 or something like that, if you look at it all. But yeah, but 2013, 2017, they all played out the same. 2021 plays all out the same, and all the bull runs are within each other. 27, we got 2013, 2017, 2021. They are starting a little bit earlier, and they are getting longer each time, which is good, which is why the next bull run, I think, is the end of 2024, sometime 2025, after that Bitcoin next halving comes into play. But everything so far, like I said, ignore the world. I don't care about who's talking about recessions. I don't care about who's going on over here. I don't care who's bombing who when it comes to the crypto prices, because everything tends to play out away. I look back at old articles in 2017, and it's kind of funny because everyone's saying, oh, the feds are doing this, the feds are doing that. It's not going to do that. And the same kind of talks were kind of going on there. Now, this time it's just like, oh, we've never been in this much of this, or we've never had this inflation, or we never had that. Ignore the world. Everything looks like it's always doing the same thing. Maybe they're just coming up with new ways to make things up, but the world itself does its own cycles, and crypto's doing its cycles. I think in the long term, if you really look out and look at the huge picture, everything is almost on a schedule, and you can just use day-to-day stuff like right now to get an edge on maybe day trading. But when it comes to the long-term picture, I really think zoom out and everything looks to the T of what's happening. But that's just me. That's just my whole view and opinion. I could be 100% wrong, but you know, I could watch us come into 2025. I'll be saying the exact same thing again, and everyone's going to be like, it's different this time. What? That's what we said last year, and it's doing the same thing again. So we're just going to have to wait for next time and see, you know, if it does it again or not. It's going to be very interesting times next time. I have been saving a bunch of these videos and stuff that I've been doing so that if this does do everything according to how it has been working, I'm going to come into 2025 and say, look, we're going to do the same thing again. Stop talking trash. This has all happened before. And then everyone's going to come back and say, well, it's different this time. It's not different. The extension of crypto each time and each cycle brings in more and more people and money, yes, and it gets larger each time and lasts a little longer, but I still think it does the same thing. So that's just me. Here, let me have a look here. Let's look at BTC price. How far back can I go here? Where are we at? If we go to all. So yeah, here's 2013 right here. 2013 right there. And we can kind of, okay, let's kind of have a look here. So let's go back. See, you can't even tell. See this little blip here? This is the 2013 bull run. It looks like nothing compared to this one. But if we go back to this, we can see exactly right here. Go back, bring it in, and then the low is right there. But we can see right here, boom. We went up to $1,151 on Bitcoin here. And then the low, that is in what? December 3rd of 2013. And the low was, where are we at here? Or was this the low? Where the heck? Coming in 2013. Oh yeah, down to January. So yeah, we're in January 2015, which is, pretty much 1 year away. 2014, actually. Exact year is right here, but we're coming in. But the low happened about 1 year, and it was an 83% drop, 82 or 83% drop from the high to the absolute low. Now, if we move into 2017, obviously it's a lot bigger one, but we can use almost the same time scale here. Look at where's the low. So yeah, almost the same period here. All-time high, we're sitting in December 16th to the all-time low in 2018. So again, 1 year, January, all-time high, all-time low is about an 84% drop. Both times we had in the 80s from the all-time high to the low, and now we're just coming in again to 2021, which lasted longer, but 2021's all-time high was actually a little bit later, which was November 7th of 2021, which puts me at, around December, January of 2021, this one, for the all-time low to happen yet again, every time. And then if we look back, we can see, so here's the bottom coming in. But if we look back in July, August, what is that, January? Here's July. Look at July coming in. We come from a low here from 6,200. We pumped up to 8,100. We went up $1,100, $1,000 to $1,100 in July, August. And what happened at the end of the year? We crashed. 2013, we're going to move back to 2013 here. We're looking for July, August again. Where are we at July, August here? January 14, where are we at? So here's July, August again, right here, 2014. We're at a low and we come up. Oh, guys, we're pumping. Nothing's going to happen. End of the year, crash. So here we go. Like here's 2013 past previous cycles. They're pretty much exactly the same, which is why I'm saying end of the year, we're going to see the bottom. I don't care what's happening in the world. Crypto seems to be doing its same type of operation. I think the percentage is less each full run from high to low, the 75. I believe the 2017 was actually more of a loss than the 2013. So I don't know. We could see more. We could see less. I'm just saying the bottom is not in yet. It's still coming at the end of the year. And this July, August pump happens each time as well. So there's nothing new going on here based on past. Now, I could be wrong. We could move into the next bull run. If that happens, I have no issue saying, sorry, guys, I was wrong. I'm not a trader. I'm not an analyst. I'm just looking at history and predicting the future. No one can tell the future. But I'm saying, I'm guesstimating, I'm probably going to swap everything to stable coins because I feel like this is a thing here and things are going to crash. I'm going to wait and then, maybe get in at that bottom. What do we got here? So what TechMan say? It appears to be on a cycle because a small percentage of people that control the way the world manipulate with the pattern, figure it out, and you can get rich. Don't let them know. Don't let them know you know. Yeah, for sure. That's what I mean. Like the whole world is kind of doing everything. Like, I don't know. There's a whole bunch more to it that obviously we don't know about. And there's a lot of sketchy stuff going on to obviously keep the rich richer, but we're not getting into any of that. But yeah, open up your eyes, ignore what, media tells you and see what's actually happening. And yeah, exactly what TechMan said. You blink and you're and it's there. Yeah. All right, what do we got here? Bitcoin is being controlled by a single miner. Yeah, me. I control it all. I'm just kidding. I don't. Not at all, actually. I don't mine any Bitcoin. Can't afford it. I don't really think, ASIC mining on Bitcoin is probably your safest option for sure, but I don't think it's the smartest play. It's the smartest play if you have cheap power and a huge capacity and stuff. But I would really, you make more money mining with a KD miner. You make more money mining on an L7. You make more money with these other miners that also use less power, so your bills are less. I really think Cadena is a safe option to go with. I don't see them changing their algorithm. Obviously, again, Bitcoin's the safest ASIC to buy because it's Bitcoin and, you know, it's the main thing. But I would use a different, I would go with an L7. I would get KD boxes, less power to make more, swap that into Bitcoin. You are making more than an ASIC miner with less power consumption and still getting your Bitcoin. So if I was to build a big farm, it would not be with Bitcoin miners. It would be with other types of miners that make more for less power consumption and then just get paid out in that Bitcoin if that's what you want. Or you could look at other coins that have potential value of higher gains than what Bitcoin will see. Because there's always that happening too. You never know. But yeah, interesting stuff. Anyway, what do we got going on here? I never once listened to the media when it comes to crypto. Yes, fully electric. And that's why you're rich. Right? Am I correct? Oh, crazy. Single CPU or GPU now. Wake up. What? Dr. Evil Pinky Finger Pose. Oh, hey, Seb Fintech. What's going on? What are you up to? What's happening? What are you doing? That's what we should do. We should have Seb on the channel sometime, or I should go to his channel. We should do something. We should get everybody together for like a giant, huge conference thing and just yell at each other. Would that be fun? We could be like democracy or something. I don't know. I just got back from a short holiday. Oh yeah, that's right. You're out camping. How was that for you? Speaking of camping and stuff, it is, depending where you are, Canada here anyway, it's a long weekend. So happy long weekend to all you guys out there. Monday is a holiday. Heck yeah, let's do something. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Nice crossover. CryptoCon. Yeah, hey, yeah, it's a good one. Isn't that used up or is that not used? That might be used. I don't even know. Threadripper Fund. Got to get you a monster CPU. Epic Fund. Epic Millen. Isn't that what it is? No. Guys, Hawk Crypto was streaming a few days ago and I looked up something and I sent it to him. But I think it was, okay, let's look at largest. You guys can't even see that. Hold on. Let's get this. Largest CPU or something. Largest CPU ever made. I don't even know. Is this it? Is this even bigger one? I don't even know. Is this it? In shorts. Largest CPU in the world got. Oh, what is this? Got TC. Oh, there's an updated version. Okay, let's take a look at this. Where is it? Where is the cores and stuff? Oh, I can't find it, but it had like 600,000 core, 400,000 cores from 2019. And I don't even know what this is, but it has 54 billion transistors in this one. Where is the largest? Anyway, imagine that CPU. What that thing could hash at? It's probably cost about $3-4 million, but it probably makes you about $100,000 a day. So that's okay. That's a decent investment. Today is your Friday. Nice. No ASIC needed. There's a crazy CPU, 400,000 TS. Yeah, that one. But that's the one I sent them the link for, but now I can't find it. But maybe there's a bigger one now because I think that one was from 2017. Let's just look at this. World largest processor. US. Yeah, that's that 400,000 AI one. Come on, there's got. Oh, you guys can't even see my screen right now. Fail on my part. Biggest CPU ever. That's what this guy's talking about. What is the most powerful CPU on the planet? Oh my gosh. You guys see this? Oh my gosh. This is, oh, Intel must have sponsored this. Look at this. What is the most powerful CPU on the planet? The i9-12900KS arrives this April. 30 megabytes of L3 cache. That's garbage. 16 cores split between. Wow, I don't even believe that popped up. Do you believe this garbage? This is horrible. Horrible Intel. You guys need to sell out or something. Anyway, regardless, I don't know where that CPU is, but it was insane. Absolutely insane. No, Intel is not the best CPU, especially their next gen. They're still failing on it. They still do not put in the L3 cache required to run any Ghost Rider algorithm, not even to mention what is it? Haven. Haven requires 4 megabytes per thread of L3 cache. So that had 30 megabytes. That new i9 whatever had 30 megabytes of L3 cache. So let's just take that 30 divided by 4. That thing can run 7.5 threads. So 7 threads on Haven. The 5800 X3D can run all 16. It's out going to perform that new i9. So, you know, a little comparison there. But crazy. Intel, get with the age. Like, what's going on here? What's a good deal on a 3070? I have no idea. There's still no good deals anywhere in Canada here. Let's just check out Kijiji used market here and see if there's anything around. 3070, what do you got going on here? 3070, 3070, 3070. Computer accessories. I should have clicked on that. Decent investment. The V2 has 800,000 cores. Oh my gosh. Wow. Craziness. So 3070 is expensive still here. Canadian. Like, what? Yeah. I expect these to drop quite a bit. Like, I don't know. There's going to be such an influx of hardware here soon that it's going to be... GPUs will almost be free. No, it won't get that bad. But, like, seriously, it's going to get very, very low. Honestly, I think 2024, mid-2024 is going to be optimal time. Like, the bull run hits end of 2024, early sometime 2025. I really think that mid-2024 range, that's when we're all going to be at the lows. The scalpers are done fighting, yada, yada, yada. There's going to be hardware for very, very cheap. Very, very cheap. And I hope actually some people start updating their mining boards and stuff. Like, seriously, we need like a 21 or 30 GPU mining motherboard by now, running on a Ryzen 5950X something. I believe it should have the threads. Now, technically, they should make a Threadripper board because then we wouldn't really be able to CPU mine with that 5950X running at like 30 GPUs because there's too many PCI Express lanes being utilized to operate. So you're going to have all those lanes freed up for that, unless they run it on a full mining specific GPUs only type of thing, which could be, you know, it could be a full 30 CMP 30 or 170 Hynix type of rig or something. Then you could fully utilize that, but you know, that's different. But that'd be very, very expensive rig, but that'd actually be pretty sweet. AMD having a sale now. AMD's having a sale on 3070s. I'm just kidding. 3070s, I've seen them sub 500. I still think that's a bit too expensive. Yeah, I really think they're gonna get cards, hardware, motherboards, everything is gonna get very cheap. Like, I want to say 50% less than now. I don't know if it'll get that low, but a good 20 to 35% of current under MSRP prices is probably how it's gonna drop more. It's gonna get down quite a bit because no one's gonna be able to sell. You want to see a 12 CPU mining board? That would be insane. I don't know how they would do that, but that'd be sweet. So I'm also thinking, I don't know. Actually, I don't know if I'm thinking. I'm never thinking. I'm just making up stuff in my head. But I just think OCTOMINER, you know, they have their 12 GPU mining rig cases. They need to start making some 12 CPU cases, I think. You know, imagine we could slant in your CPU, your motherboard's in sideways there, you know, long way so it's not as high. You could fit some 140, 160, no, 200 millimeter fans in there probably, you know, and just sit that in there. You don't need much space in between everything as long as you have the OCTOMINER. But yeah, a 12 to 24 OCTOMINER CPU rig would be awesome. I emailed them the other day and they laughed at me for it, but I don't know. But yeah, I think it's cool. But I also have that huge GPU mining frame, GPURisers frame, that big one. I got to put that together, but I wonder how many CPU, if I like grave some slots or something in there and rubber coat it, if I could fit some CPU rigs, some motherboards sideways. Like, seriously, we just looked at some profitability. Like, if I sell that one coin now today, you know, that's 69 USD in 36 hours worth of mining. That's not bad profits. If I wait for it to pump, that was almost $3,000. I'm gonna crank it up. I'm gonna sell it. I'm probably gonna list it for that and see how long it takes, because you could get some guy coming in for a market buy and actually eat up those coins, and that'd be 3,000 USD for 36 hours worth of mining. Yes, I'll take it. In my interview with OCTOMINER, they spoke about having lots of other interesting projects like that in the works. So I wouldn't be too surprised if they came out with a 12 CPU board. That would be sweet. That'd be awesome. Because I really think my CPUs are going to probably outperform my GPUs by quite a bit once Ethereum does disappear. But again, you know, if everyone goes out there and buys CPUs, it's going to be in the same boat. So, you know, it doesn't mean it's going to stay profitable for long, because now all of a sudden everyone, all that hash rate from GPUs gets tried to sold off or turned off. People buy CPUs, they throw them all online, and you're in the same boat here. All the difficulty goes up everywhere, and then now that is no longer profitable as well. So craziness. Hawk and Rab last night saw a 4 CPU server motherboard. Yeah, I was looking at it. I don't know what it was, but remember, all those multi, dual socket, quad sockets, whatever they are, they don't make dual quad socket motherboards for consumer grade CPUs. So 5000 series, 3000 series, the latest Threadripper sounds like it does have dual socket support in the CPU. So there are probably going to be some motherboards for that coming out. But when it comes to like your 5000 series and stuff, they don't exist. Maybe they'll do that with their next gen of 7000 series. That would be kind of cool, but I haven't heard any type of leaks on any type of dual socket support. And you also got to keep in mind that it's a nice feature, but even with those epics and the Threadrippers with that, the second socket of the CPU does lose like 20 or 30% performance running in the dual. So the first one runs at like 100%, and the next one's only running like 70 to 80%. So you're not really getting full hash rate out of 2 complete CPUs, although on reported hash rate, that's going to look absolutely awesome. But you know, you're really actually kind of missing out on one of the CPUs not running at its full potential when doing all that. So that's one thing to kind of keep in the back of your mind as well. The CPU has to support SMP. 5000 series don't. Yeah, neither does the 3000. Neither, like, yeah, all those consumer grade stuff, it doesn't. You need Exxons and the new Rippers and obviously the Epics, stuff like that. That they all have that support in them. But us consumer grade guys, we don't get that. I've messaged BioStar quite a bit because they're always trying to do like cool mining stuff all the time, but I never hear back from them either. I told them, make a 3900X mining motherboard, make a 5950X mining motherboard, and then they just don't answer. I don't know. Everyone laughs at you when you mention anything to do with the CPU, but then earlier when I showed you guys some numbers, you're like, what? Yeah, that's what I said. So anyway, what coin you mine? What 2 gig GPU? I don't know. I do have that art. I do have a 2 gig GPU. What is it? A GTX 970 or something. It's older, obviously, 2 gigabytes. But I might try to get that to mine something. But you cannot use it in Hive currently. Well, you can use it. I used to be able to use it, but you got to use like an old version of Hive, which means you got to utilize older version of the miners as well. But I haven't really done anything with that yet. I plan on looking into it. But I do believe you could mine something like Rio. Like, if you guys are unfamiliar with coins like Rio and stuff, so let's just look at that. It uses Kryptonite GPU. And honestly, Kryptonite GPU is probably, as a GPU miner, you may not know about it, it's probably the best algorithm you could possibly use. In my mind, I believe it's like here, Rio's using it. It looks like Conceal uses it. I haven't tried Conceal to see hash rates and stuff. I don't know if it says Kryptonite GPU, so it would be the same. But the DAG size file, at least with Rio, it's only like 1.52. It might not even have a DAG file size, to be honest with you. But no, it does have one. It's very low, but it never increases. It stays as is. And it is very efficient when it comes to power consumption. So I think that's like your ultimate GPU mining type of algorithm like that. But again, I don't know. Now, Kryptonite originally, it's a CPU and ASIC and FPGA type of algorithm, but it is modified slightly. That's why it says Kryptonite GPU, because it is modified that and these other, they may be able to mine it, but it's just not efficient to do so. Kind of like what you see with Ghost Rider and stuff, where you can use Wild Rig, operate your GPUs on Raptorium, Bitorium, and all these other Ghost Rider algorithm coins, but CPUs do it much more efficiently than what a GPU would do. So that's kind of what they got going on here. They modified it some. So I don't know how that works, but it's a great algorithm when it comes for miners. So I don't know if you guys really use it or not. I need one that can support 12 GPUs. What are you talking about? Making statements. GPURisers.com. Oh, yeah, they have their OCTOMINER type of thing. You can utilize RabidMining for 10% off your order at GPURisers.com. Actually, no, I don't think any discount codes work on their latest mining frame, that 12 GPU OCTOMINER kind of thing. I don't think it'll work on that, so you might not be able to use the code. So cancel that. Thank the good Lord, we finally have rain. Oh, it's rain in there. Nice. Awesome. Good stuff. All right, guys. So I'm starting to overheat, boil, and sweat like crazy. So I'm probably going to have to wrap this up. I appreciate everyone for showing up for this live stream, and good stuff to happen in the future. Let me find my buttons here. All right, guys. So I will see you guys all in the next one. Rabid out.